Welcome back, citizens, and thanks for watching. We'd like to thank all of our patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for your support. If you enjoy our content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button to help the channel grow. In today's episode, we'll be visiting the Bevic Convention Center in Area 18 on ArcCorp, which is the location of the 2953 Invictus Launch Week. We'll learn how to get there and take a look around the lobby before the festivities start tomorrow. And that episode starts right now. First, get yourself to ArcCorp. The new clouds are absolutely gorgeous. If you arrive after dark, you may get to experience a flyby of Bajini Point. Get yourself landed and store your ship. Follow the signs to the transit platform. The shuttle to Bevic Convention Center is on the right. Get off on the left side and head on in. If you wake up on ArcCorp, get out of your hab and go down to the lobby. Leave the lobby as you usually would and follow the signs to the transit platform. The transit to Bevic Convention Center is on the left. The exit is on the right. Enjoy your visit. Next, we're going to talk about what you have to see after you've arrived. All right, united in purpose. These are pretty cool timelines. Let's go over here to the kiosk first and start there. What is Invictus Launch Week? The UEE uses Invictus Launch Week as an opportunity to not only congratulate the latest graduating class of starmen and pilots, but also to celebrate the newest group of recruits gathering to set off for training. All over the Empire, sons, daughters, partners, brothers, and sisters say goodbye to their loved ones before embarking to MacArthur to start their next journey in life. The adventure of service in the UEE military. During this time, naval vessels dock around the Empire and let the populace see the brave defenders and awe-inspiring ships up close. Invictus is also a wonderful opportunity for the community to come together with local governments, businesses, and law enforcement to talk about planetary security and outreach. Why did Invictus start? This may come as a surprise, but Invictus actually goes back several centuries to the days when the UEE was known as the United Planets of Earth. Shortly after the First Tavaran War began in 2541, humanity suddenly found itself in need of an organized military force at a size previously unneeded. To this point, aside from the hostage situation with the Xi'an in 2530, there had only been local security forces under the control of the central human government. With humanity facing an imminent and overwhelming threat, a fleet needed to be raised and trained quickly. The tribunal set out an immediate call for recruits to create this army. Transport ships on each of the settled planets would load up these volunteers and travel to a training facility on Mars known as Invictus. On the morning of October 12, 2542, families and communities gathered at launch pads around the UPE territories to celebrate those who were going to defend against the alien invaders. As the conflict continued, more recruits would gather on that day to travel to Invictus to begin their training. Over the centuries, as the Empire has expanded, space travel has become even more accessible, and most recruits are able to self-report. The need for Invictus launch weeks has diminished. The spirit of it, though, however, is stronger than ever. Invictus is a time to celebrate each other, to celebrate bravery, duty, a commitment to the goals that define humanity at its finest. Welcome to Invictus. (2541). After establishing contact with the Tavaran species, they launched an immediate attack, instigating the First Tavaran War. 2542. First Invictus launches take place on October 12th, set with bringing new recruits to Invictus base on Mars. 2579. Invictus base on Mars officially closes. 2581. Emperor Ivan Mezer officially formalizes Invictus as a government-recognized yearly event. 2632. Invictus ceremonies reformatted to change the destination of their transports from Borea Magnus to MacArthur Killian. 2637. Terra abstains from participating in Invictus in protest of Livia Mezer III's increasingly pro-military agenda. Senator Asan Kiaran speaks at the event. 2681. Military officially ends providing naval transports from all Empire worlds. Recruits are now ordered to self-report to station inside of Killian. 2735. The Invictus ceremony on Angeli serves as the backdrop for the climatic finale of the classic spec vid, All Tomorrow's Guardians. 2743. Emperor Galor Mezer IX makes attendance mandatory to Invictus events around the Empire. Anti-Mezer activists turn it against him by using Invictus ceremonies to meet safely. 2794. After the fall of the Measures, the newly installed High Command removed any remaining loyalists from their ranks and needed a new influx of recruits. Invictus is moved to its current date in May to accommodate that need. 2803. The 999th Squadron begins to perform at select Invictus ceremonies. 2862. Gayatari Deomana attends the Invictus ceremony on Earth. 2875. Recorded aboard Archangel Station, Emperor Gordon Salehi makes infamous one-day speech outlining desire to hold Invictus celebration on Synth World. 2912. Another Invictus ceremony, this one on Terra, appears to be the backdrop for a set piece in Astrometics from the Fire. All right, let's head on in. Welcome to Invictus Launch Week 2953. Oh, that's pretty. That is nice. Some swag down here. Some over there as well. Go ahead and go up this way. Right, so let's go on over here. The 999th. The Reckless. We push boundaries to test the limits of what we can do. To say the impossible cannot define us. To move us all beyond where we thought we could go. To be the first. To be the fastest. To be the best. It is not easy. Luck is as important as skill. Failure as important as success. But we get better. And we learn. And we get back up and try again. And when we carry on where others can't, we carry on so others can. All right, here are the elevators and the event program. And here's a recruitment center. Let's go ahead and look at these guys over here. The Naval Experience, Lieutenant J.G. UEES Citus. Growing up, I never thought that I would be military. I was a rambunctious kid, to put it mildly. I wasn't great with authority. To be honest, I was on a bad road and by all accounts probably wouldn't have stayed on it until a judge advocate set me straight instead of sending me to jail. Once I was in, I managed to find the one thing that had been eluding me all my life. A family. That's pretty cool. That'll ring true with a lot of people who've been in the military. It is a family. Let's go ahead and head on over to this one here. Starman UEES Drago. To me, it was never really a choice. I knew a lot of people grapple with the decision, but honestly, it never crossed my mind. I mean, both my parents got their citizenship from military service, so maybe that was a factor. There was a moment though when I touched down on the tarmac. I was suddenly seized with this fear that I wasn't going to be able to make the cut. That was the scariest thing to me, being afraid that I was going to let down my parents and all the people who proudly wore the uniform before me. Thankfully, the Navy isn't about me. My brothers and sisters built me up and made me the starman that I am today. That's pretty cool. All right, what we got here? Friends and family of new recruits. Your loved one has just taken the first step toward a proud life in naval service. You may have questions about what they will be experiencing in basic training, the safety of your relative or friend, and what kind of contact you can expect during their training and subsequent deployment. We know this can be a scary time for some people and hope that this will offer some peace of mind about the wonderful opportunities that can result from this decision. What can new recruits expect? Standard training begins as the recruits arrive on MacArthur via naval transport. They are immediately given a choice, known as the Rubicon, which is the final opportunity to reconsider the enlistment, after which the recruits will be divided into groups and assigned to their training camp, known as the Forge. They will also meet their divisional officer, who will be their first mentor to train them for naval service. After an extended period of intense drilling, physical fitness, and education in military theory and technology, the recruits will transition into the candidacy phase of their training. During this time, they will undergo a series of physical, psychological, and intellectual tests to determine where in the Navy they would be the best fit for. Some may move to the Flight Academy, some to research, a few may even be detailed for Marine training. From this point on, the recruit will receive dedicated training into whatever discipline they've been selected for. This will account for the remainder of their training and will end with their first ship assignment, which will coincide with the next Invictus week, unless there is a need for more specialized training. After that, they will deploy. Right, that's cool. I think my mom was told something like that when I joined the military. What we got here? Love this thing. See it every year. A tribute to the naval rescue operations in Vega. Time to step up. Okay, let's go ahead and step up. That's cool. That is really cool. Right, down we go. And let's see, we got one over here. Keeping in touch with recruits. We understand that the first few weeks away from the recruit are the most difficult for family and friends, but we ask that you refrain from attempting to contact them. To help, all recruits will send a comm to their family, letting them know that they have arrived on MacArthur safely. But as a common practice, we want to keep the recruits focused on their initial phases of their training, as they can be crucial in their development. Therefore, we will restrict any inbound communications until after this blackout period ends. After that, you'll be able to contact them on a more regular basis, as comm access is a weekly privilege. Opportunities after service. While many of our personnel find that the Navy can offer a complete career, some are happy to take their experience and training back to the private sector as a citizen. You'll be pleased to know that honorable service in the Navy opens up a variety of opportunities that may not have been available before, such as continuing their education on one of the Empire's many institutions, or transforming their newfound skills into a high-paying career in the civilian world. Regardless of what path they choose, your loved one will be well equipped to handle all the challenges that life throws at them, knowing that they have loving friends and family like yourselves, and a forever family in the Navy. All right, that was cool. Oh, I almost missed this one here. All right. Lieutenant JG, 128th Squadron. I'll just come right out and say it. The second after I signed up, it felt like I got hit by a ship, because it was real now. Was I going to have to fight the Van Duel face to face? Hell, was I even going to make it through boot? I mean, I struggled to do a pull-up when I was a kid. What the hell was I thinking? Maybe I could try to get out of it. All these thoughts just ambushed me from that moment up to my Invictus. There was this lieutenant monitoring all the recruits, who must have seen how terrified I was. I was fumbling with the seatbelt when suddenly the lieutenant was right in front of me. All he said was, "Calm down." I didn't know. It was part consolation, mostly order, but whatever magic he used, it worked. I wasn't totally calm when I hit my forge, but I found out everybody was freaking out too. That was our first bond. That's awesome. I could actually see that happening. Right on. Let's go around the desk over here. Got one more here. Leading Starman, UEES Croshaw. I'm sure you're talking to a lot of people who joined up, wanting to be Uriah Riley or Cal Manson or something. But me, I wanted to learn. To me, all the wonder of the universe was found in the nuts and bolts, in shaving fuel efficiency by 3%. That was my rush. If you want to get your hands on the latest in cutting-edge technology and work for some of the greatest minds, the UEE Navy is the place to go. Right. Let's get a little model here. That's cool. That's cool. Right on. Right. Another event program and elevators. So going over here. And this is the same thing as we had outside. So that's kind of cool though. Look at that. That's neat. Right on. All right. Well, that is the lobby floor. Make sure you come back tomorrow and we'll check out day 1. Well, that was your introduction to Invictus 2953. Make sure you come back tomorrow to see day 1 and its featured manufacturers, Misk, Mirai, and Crusader. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the verse, and happy mining!